complex fill has rows of running stitches that are very close together and evenly placed. It is a quick and easy method for covering a large complex area with stitches. There are 5 steps to remember when making complex fills. Step 1 is to make the outline shape. The first point placed is the starting point for the fill stitch. Step 2. Place the exit point. This is where the fill stitch will end for the object. Always place it outside the shape. Step 3. Place the stitch direction. 2 slope points are placed showing the slope direction. Step 4. Never place 2 points on top of each other. And Step 5. Never overlap your lines. Let's get started. Click on the complex fill icon and the straight line tool. Begin clicking points as if you were tracing the object with a pencil. So we're going to start by clicking our first point, second point, third point, fourth point, and we're going to click next to the first point, but we're not going to overlap it or click on it. We're going to click next to it, and then left click, then right click. An end object will appear. We're going to select that, and then we're going to place our exit point, which shows down here that this is where we're at. We're going to place it directly opposite of our starting point, which we started here. So we're going to place it over here. Then we're going to add our slope direction, which we're going to have the stitches running in this direction. So we're going to place 2 points here. And if we click on View Stitches, we have a complex fill with straight lines. For a complex fill with an arc line, we're going to select the complex fill and the arc line tool. We're going to place our first point. Our second point is going to be the height of the arc. Our third point, and this is going to be like a circle, our fourth point, and we're going to click next to the first point but not over it or on it. We're going to left click, then right click. We're going to select the end object. We're going to place our exit point directly opposite of our starting point. And then we're going to add our slope direction. To create a complex fill with the Bezier tool, we're going to select the complex fill and Bezier. And we're going to start placing points. Form a curve. And then as we get close to our starting point, we're going to click next to it, but not on it or over it. Left click, right click, end object. We're going to place our exit point directly opposite our starting point and our slope direction. And if we change it back to the wireframe and click on our point selector, we can make adjustments to this shape. Once we get the shape the way we want it, if we want to change the starting point on this shape, let's say we want to move it from here, which is shown by a square, to say over here, we can click on this point, right click, and select Set as Complex Fill Start Point. Now this becomes the starting point for the complex fill. If we want to move the exit point, we just click on the exit point, and we're going to drag that to, let's say, over here. And then we can change our slope direction this way, and then we have it stitching out in a different direction. We can also create complex fills with the preset shapes. We just click on the complex fill and select one of our preset shapes. Let's select this shape here, and then we're just click and drag, and we're going to select End Object. We'll put our exit point here and our slope direction like so. Now let's add a hole to this preset shape. We're going to left click the object, right click, select Add a Hole, and then we're going to start clicking the shape that we want to add inside the shape. Right click when finished, End Object, and then press the F5 key or the F12 key to create a hole. To change the complex fill settings, we can go to the System menu, select Complex Fill, and the Complex Fill Settings window will open. In here we can make any adjustments to the complex fill prior to digitizing. We can change the fill pattern from generic to special. We have 39 different fill patterns to choose from. We can, once you select the fill pattern, it shows as a thumbnail. We have lattice fill, echo fill, and a spiral fill. We can change the density, the stitch length. If we check the automatic fill completion box, the complex fill will automatically place the exit point and slope direction. We have an auto border. When checked, you can select from a steel stitch or running stitch. Gradiated fill, automatic underlay, which you can adjust the stitch length, and you can also make adjustments for pull compensation. Once you make all your changes, click OK.